deepest Slovenian city. Welcome to Ptuj. Ptuj is located in Podravje, in the northeastern part of Slovenia. It lies about hour and a half drive from Ljubljana and just about half an hour drive from Maribor. National border with Croatia is just a few minutes away. Ptuj has around 18,000 people living here and around 5,000 more live in its near surroundings. First settlers arrived in Ptuj more than 3,000 years ago and created a small settlement. They valued the great location of this area, the closeness of river Drava, short hills on one side of the city and big flatlands on the other side. Centuries later, Romans discovered this piece of land and built one of the most important military bases in this part of Europe, named Betovio. That historical era had a huge effect on the development of the city. Numerous archaeological findings from the times of Roman Empire were found in the city and its surroundings, and this area is now one of the most important archaeological sites in Slovenia. Remains of Roman Empire can still be seen in many buildings and can even be found in gardens of unsuspected citizens living near the city center. Those remains can cause quite some problems, as they are the main reason for historical conservation of most buildings in Ptuj and its surrounding. You will need a special permission for almost any renovation or building in those places. Ptuj's residents are pretty proud of their old Roman traditions, which can be seen in many different places around the city. One of them are Rimske Terme, one of the best thermal spas in Slovenia. Another important era for Ptuj was the medieval time. City was an important merchandising place located between the two town castles and two monasteries, and with a magnificent castle on the city hill. Ptuj remains one of the most beautiful Slovenian cities, especially because of the preserved medieval buildings. Slovenski trg or Slovenian square presents a traditional medieval square, and Prešernova ulica or Prešernova street in its near vicinity is still surrounded by medieval townhouses with some signs of Baroque and Renaissance renovations. And the most well-known signs of medieval times, the narrow streets, especially the ones that lead towards the magnificent Ptuj castle. Ptuj has managed to keep its lovely historical charm. One of the main reasons for that is the historical conservation of buildings in the city center. If you decide to renovate a building here, you will have to follow specific directions about the color of the roof, the size of the windows, and others. Newer buildings and big stores have found their place in near surrounding of city center. Main road that leads to Ptuj is surrounded by different stores, while newer flats were built in the part north of the castle. Suburb is full of beautiful nature and nice villages with old farmhouses and newer family houses. Another great feature of Ptuj are parks and arranged walking paths. The most popular walking path is the one leading alongside river Drava to the Ptuj lake or Ptuj sea, as it is often called because of its great atmosphere in the summertime. This lake is the only one in Slovenia where you can sail in your own boat. Ptuj is also the spot of the biggest festival in Slovenia, Kurentovanje. This festival takes place in February or March, in time of Pust. City streets get filled with people in different costumes, with traditional kurent being one of the most interesting ones. Buying a house in Ptuj can be quite challenging, especially if you are thinking about buying an old medieval house. Check our webpage lurdia.com to get more advices on how to buy a real estate here.